Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, welcome back, tennis fans. Here we are for a podcast discussing news that I didn't really even think we would be discussing on either side. Maybe the men's would have been more likely, but it's Ash Barty. She's just come out. She said that she's retired, but this time for good. And, well, I've listened to her interview. She seems very sincere, and it's quite a long interview that she trusted with this reporter, said that she's one of her most trusted journalists, who's always been there for her. And I thought it was quite a nice interview, to be honest, and fair play to Ash Barty. She's made her mind up and she has bigger fish to fry, it would seem, and she wants to explore other things in her life. So how are you feeling anyway, JG? Looking nice and summery down your end.
Yeah, I'm in the summer vibe. The thing is with this, it's not a very happy story. Woke up this morning, saw my phone, Barty retired. First fault, April Fools. We're coming close to April Fools. And then I realised we're not in April. Why is people making this joke? It's a bit early. And then so many other people are tweeting it, reputable sources. It was true. Ashley Barty retired, 25 years old. She's just won the Australian Open. She just won Wimbledon as well. And it's just a massive shock. Like, I don't really know what to talk about with it because I just didn't anticipate it coming at all. And I think you can always see some people sort of criticising her, saying, why are you doing that? What a waste of a career. You could win X amount of Grand Slams. And I agree with the fact that she could win so many more Grand Slams. And we're never going to know now what she could have reached in her sort of end goal with her potential and how good she is at tennis. But ultimately, it's up to her. It's her decision. She feels that she has done everything she wanted to do in the sport. She doesn't have that drive to keep going out and playing and winning things. So fair play to her. If she wants to retire with her X amount of dollars in the bank, doing what she set out to do originally with tennis, then fair play. You've got to take your hat off to her and say, well done. Good luck in your next venture. What the next venture is going to be, I'm not sure. But one thing I would say, we was talking on a podcast earlier, Ben. I think it was a few weeks ago when we was talking about Osaka as well, and saying how you've got Osaka and Barty don't seem to play too many events. They pick and choose. Barty, especially since COVID, doesn't really want to leave Australia. And it kind of makes a little bit more sense now. How long? I wanted to ask you, how long do you think she's felt like this with tennis? Or do you think it's just a very recent thing?
No, it's definitely not a recent thing at all, I don't think. And going off what she's sort of been saying, it's been a lingering thing over years as well. It's not even just something which is just come up over the past year. She was thinking, or she said she was speaking very seriously with her team around Wimbledon. When she won Wimbledon, she was seriously considering it, but she just felt that there was something missing, which was obviously the Australian Open crown. And what better way really to bow out, though, if you are going to disappear from the sport for good, winning in front of your home fans. And I think, like you said, I think that this sort of period over the last couple of years has made sort of people reevaluate their lives a bit and what's important. Like, and we could say like work based upon like enjoyment of your personal life. The balance is the same for sports stars as it is for people who work in offices and things like that as well. They've been able to enjoy time with family and things like that, things they probably wouldn't have done forever because they were on tour all the time. And now it puts it all into perspective. And obviously with all this other stuff going on in Europe at the moment, makes people really think like, what are the things that really mean a lot to you in life? And it's spending time with loved ones or getting the most out of every part of your life. And I think that she's completed it sort of, hasn't she? She's won on every single surface a Grand Slam. She's number one despite she doesn't really even seem to play that much tennis and gets injured and still remains number one. I don't think she's got that much more to prove other than keep winning more and more and more to become the greatest of all time.
But still, Ben, she is the best player in the world right now.
Yep.
No doubts about it. You've got to say, on her day, any of the
Yep.
surfaces, she can beat anyone. And she's just the most consistent women's player out there. It is a sad thing, and it's a sad day for tennis, because if she were to continue to play, let's be honest, going to the next slam, she's the favourite. Whatever event she plays right now, you just fancy her to win it. She's that good, and simply seems to be a little bit better than everyone else. So in that regard, it is unfortunate and disappointing, because I always like to see how far an athlete can go in their career and see how many slams they can achieve. But if she doesn't have it in her, fair play. The reason I was sort of asking you that question is because we know this is not the first time she's kind of semi-retared. There was a spell a few years back, I believe sort of 2015, 2016 time, where she took up professional professional cricket. For those who don't know, she packed in tennis, went to play cricket, was extremely good at cricket. And I saw a tweet earlier from Halep joking around saying, "What's next? Golf?"
Well, I think that she is one of these people who everybody sort of knows someone like that when you're growing up, or who's just good at everything. Like every sport, everything that they pick up and they put in their hand, they seem to be able to just turn it into gold, really. I think that she's that type of person, that she could probably do any sport. She's so dedicated, and she's got amazing work ethic, I think, to go with it. She could do anything she wants. And that goes not just for sport, anything probably in life. She could take the amount of effort she put into becoming the greatest tennis player on the planet, and she can put that into anything else. She can go into anything, art. She can play football, or she could do anything. I think that's just that type of person she is.
Could start a tennis podcast, become the best tennis podcast in the globe. Get rid of Game to Love.
She can come join ours. She can cover the Australian watch-along.
She's got a good time zone. If she doesn't want to leave Australia, it's perfect for us.
That's it.
But let's go to the live chat. I can see a few comments. I do have my other phone today, but you'll have to pop them up. You've got Daria G in saying, "Hi guys, I'm shocked to see her retire so early. I'm sad to think we won't see her play again. But at the same time, I'm happy. She chose what she feels best for herself." There's no certainty we're not going to see her again. I'm going to make a big claim here. I genuinely think 3 years' time, she's going to make a comeback. She's going to come back on tour, and she's going to win another slam. Would you be that surprised if Ashley Barty took some time away, come back in about 3 years' time, and wins another slam?
Wild card into a
wild card in and just wins a slam. And that's
going to happen.
Listen, I want to clarify. I'm not being disrespectful to the women's tour. I think there's so many great talents out there, and it's not me saying, "Oh, no, they're not all that good." I just think she is that good.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I honestly will put this out there. We need to talk about Ashley Barty slice. I feel like I don't know if there's a segment on this, Ben, and we're not really planned it too well, but we have to talk about the Ashley Barty slice. And there's no players who hit that shot like her.
Nope.
Even on the men's or the women's, across both tours, she has a unique shot which is just so difficult to deal with. One of the best slices I've seen, and she uses it as an attacking weapon. And I'm just hoping a lot of young players in the game, and sort of kids growing up, if they get the chance to watch Ashley Barty now on YouTube, because not going to be watching her live anymore, have a watch it through some of the old tapes, have a look at that slice, and if you can learn that and perfect it, you're going to go very far in life. In tennis anyway.
Definitely. I totally agree. I think it's one of the shots which no one's been able to replicate. Nobody can seem to deal with it as well. If she could go and teach the next breed of tennis players how to do it, like, somebody's going to be a very lucky tennis player, that's for sure. We got Megs Carpentry in saying, if you don't have your heart in it, into doing something, then time to revise the direction of choice. Like Murray said, yeah, glad for Barty, but gutted for tennis. Whatever Barty decides to do, she will do well. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that's very, very... It's just mad that it's just the work. When I woke up this morning, I just thought, I can't believe it.
Did you not think it was April Fool's as well? Or was that just me?
No, I didn't think it was April Fool's. I just thought, what? was like, where's that come from? Just like, it feels like it's out the blue a bit, but obviously for her, she's been mulling this over for a long time now. This is not just a rash decision, and it makes sense, her absence in so much of the tour in between slams now, and just the heart not really being in it, and not really wanting to put yourself through, because she was suffering from quite a few injuries through it. And what a lot of people probably forget about with all sports players from all different types of sport is when they get injured and everyone else forgets about them, they're on the sidelines struggling sometimes to even walk. They can't slip. Remember when we had Del Potro, the boy, he retired. It's so sad, and no one thinks about them. Like, oh, what happened to him? Like, yet you realize every single day they're struggling through their life, trying to just like sleep, trying to walk, trying to like, and it might be the same for her. She's had really bad shoulder issues, like, and that can be really debilitating to even.
But I don't think it's like that though. In the sense, it's not a forced. She's not being forced into retirement.
No.
She's doing it on her own accord at the very top. Del Potro, if he was able to play tennis, he would be playing it. I feel like him himself, he has a lot he wanted to still achieve in the game. Don't get me wrong. There's no boundaries, is there? Because Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, they've achieved everything, but yet they still have to drive every single day to keep going.
Yes, they want to go back on. They want to go back on the court.
They want to keep winning, keep playing, just getting another record, and making the records even further, so no one can ever catch them. And they have that in them. Ashley Barty doesn't have that in her, which is not a bad thing.
No,
she's made millions of pounds. She's won the Grand Slams, what mean the most to her. She said Wimbledon was her greatest ever victory. And there was a 6-minute clip which I watched in full just before. I recommend you watching that if you haven't seen it already. I know you did cover a bit of it on the news clip as well.
I watched it all, but I just threw it on there just for drama at the start. I know what you mean though. She doesn't have the drive, and at least she's brave enough just to tell everybody. I think that's admirable of her, just to say, yeah, I mean, we've seen it from other people in other sports. They do it because they're good at it sometimes, and you lose that passion to actually want to be in it for the rest of your life, because you don't have to do one career for your whole life. And it's just, I saw some comment that came in a second ago that said, like, about everybody and their normal working lives, when they hit 40, they suddenly decide that they want to try another career. And this is no sort of different, but obviously in the tennis career, your career is quite short anyway. So you've got like a span of 20 years. If you bow out after about 7-8 years, you're about a third of the way through, maybe, or maybe half the way for some players. But fair play to her. I'm excited to see what she does next. If I'm honest, I'm sad to see her go. Plus, I made her a new button, which only lasted one tournament. I mean, I feel a bit. We'll have to get that uploaded onto YouTube as a short after this. I'm sad we're not going to get to
we'll
hear it again
today for sure. Good idea.
Yeah, I'm sad we're not going to be able to see
post
that.
the video. At least we can have a few listens, but no more matches. The last match we got to see of Ashley Barty was this year, and it was her winning a Grand Slam in Australia. I think that is pretty fitting, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Before we get into sort of the women's tour as a whole, let's just stick with Barty for now. Let me get up some tweets and we'll go through them. So let's have a look what the first one is. So this is from the Australian Open, tweeting out game, set, match. Her there with the trophy this year. A big thank you, Ash. And she's been not just a good tennis player, great role model.
Yeah.
Never any issues from her. She seems like a really nice human being. She comes across extremely well. You can say maybe not a personality which has got loads of people interested. I don't think she necessarily draws in the casual tennis fans. But the people like me and you and a lot of people in the live chat, I'm sure, who love tennis, who they watch a lot more tennis than sort of the casual would do, they can admire her for what she's able to do. And they see a little bit more about her. And her personality is amazing. I think she's a credit to the sport. And it's going to be a sadder place without her in it.
I totally agree. I think that the one thing is she has the respect of everybody on tour, I feel. And everybody who's a fan of a genuine fan, not fair weather fan, they know that I've never heard a bad word really spoken about Ash Barty ever. I don't think, and she's not she's not dramatic. She's not causing drama, so she doesn't make headlines for that. And she's not really, I don't know. She tries to stay out the spotlight a little bit, and that's really quite strange sometimes for a world number one. Like sometimes the players want to soak it all in. I feel like she's always been a bit like that, very reserved, very respectful of others, and just a nice person. And I don't think you can say anything bad about that, but it has probably affected just the amount of limelight she got. But maybe that's what she wants. She won enough prize money. She doesn't need it. She got sponsors and stuff. Not everybody
everyone
wants that. No, I think it's fair enough.
Let's have a look at the live chat. We've got some members in. We've got Kaz saying she's getting married, perhaps wants to start a family. I understand why she's stepping away. As Murray said, happy for her, sad for tennis.
Yeah.
We've got Lydia in, another member, saying Ash got me back into women's tennis, so I was really enjoying her game. On the other hand, I am not as upset as I should be. When Rafa retires, I'll need therapy. I am a bad feminist. I don't think feminism has to come into that, but I understand what you mean. You'll be there. I'll also need therapy too, Lydia. Maybe we'll go for group sessions or something when Rafa retires. Then we've got Gary in, another member. Do you want to join us for therapy?
Well, I don't know if he's not going to join Rafa therapy, that's for sure. He says Ash, in my opinion, is both a strong and a fragile person, brave enough to travel the world and become a tennis champion, but always homesick and an ordinary Australian girl at heart. And I think that's very fair, to be honest. I think she is, and I think that's why everybody gets on so well with her. She's not fake, she's just real, and she's got that Australian charm as well. I don't know.
Gives off a good aura.
I really miss her, like especially her interviews and stuff. She always was brutally honest, and I don't think I ever saw her do anything negative towards another player on a court or anything. So,
well, you can tell. Look at all the reaction from all the tennis players on tour at the moment. So many people have wrote messages, and they've got so many great things to say. Even when she won the Australian Open, every single women's player, I feel like, congratulated her. I don't think you necessarily see that so much if there was another player who won on tour. A few more comments here from some of the members. We've got Eddie asking, will she ask to be removed from the ranking system? For those who don't know, this is how it works. So you don't get removed from the ranking system unless you request it yourself. So she will remain world number one until ultimately she drops all the points, and then she's no longer going to be world number one. But it's going to be the points are going to naturally drop off from this moment, unless she comes out and says, I don't want to be in there anymore. What do you think she's going to do? I don't see why she would do that, but
I think she'll probably just come. If she's made this statement, I reckon she'll probably come out just to make it like better on everybody else on the tour. It gives everyone else a boost in a way if you go up a little ranking spot. So it might give someone else a chance to be the new world number one as well. So I don't know. She might just choose that option, or maybe she just wants them to fight for it. Who knows?
It might be Iga. The way Iga's going, she could be the new world number one soon. She's doing amazing right now.
Can only hope, can't we?
We've got a Shishin saying, shall they rename the Margaret Court to Ash Barty Arena? I think they should have a Barty Arena.
Yeah. I don't think you can get rid of the court.
Definitely deserves one. It's difficult to rename that one. 12 Travel 21 saying, apparently really good at cricket and golf. Yeah, we did touch on that. Maybe golf could be the next venture. She's dabbled in cricket.
Yeah.
Well, like a lot of people are saying, she just wants to start a family, maybe have some children, go down that route. She's got plenty of money in the bank. She's going to be set for life. Maybe go into coaching of some kind. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. No one knows. We're all speculating right now. But yeah, let's move on to the next tweet. So we've got, talking about the money, this is what she's going to be retiring with, $23 million in earnings as the number one person in the world at your job. Sounds pretty incredible. I mean, if that was you, Ben, would you retire or would you keep going?
25 as well. It's just, well, this is the thing, because that looks, I can understand her decision when you paint it like this, because it does sort of, think of, you have all that money to invest in another, if she has like another passion, imagine she's like for example, for me, imagine a musician. Imagine if I was a tennis player and I did that, but all my heart was in like music, I'd be like not fully focused. Or I'd be like, well, I've got all this. I could go away and I could do that now. That would be like amazing. So I can understand it like that. It's much more. If you're not going to give it 100%, I think you should probably get out. So yeah, I
It
would
all
be
depends
tempted.
what type of character and person you are.
Yeah,
Like if this is me and I'm in this situation, it's never going to be enough. The money's not that. Like I feel like once you're comfortable in life, it doesn't really matter an extra zero or not.
No.
I feel like you hit a level and it's like money doesn't really become an object.
no, exactly.
As long as you're comfortable, that's all I would worry about myself. I would be the type of person to go for the trophies. I want to win as many as possible. And if I was Ashley Barty in this situation, I would just not stop. I'd keep going, until ultimately I'm not very good. And then stop.
It just depends, though. Every
It
character
depends on the
is
person. Like this situation, you can't really say it like that. I'm just saying if it was me,
Yeah.
it's not me, and I'm not very good at tennis. So,
But then you say that now.
She's done what she wants to do.
But then you say that now because you don't know that lifestyle of never being home and always being on the road and never really having a home. It's just like you're always constantly away for the whole year. So it's just like, that must take an impact on tennis players and on their mental health as well. So I'm sure once you've spent a lot of time at home like she has, she probably feels like amazing. Hence, she won the Australian Open. Probably that's added to why she won the Australian Open in the end, because she was so happy within herself. So
Yeah,
who knows?
We've got 12, travel 21 in, saying 25, still a few years away for Ben.
Yeah, definitely is.
It was a long time ago for Ben, 25. He would have been happily retired for a good 20 years. We've got where's the other one? Michael Walker saying Osaka would never retire, especially since she's making $55 million a year in endorsements. I wanted to talk about this next, so it's a perfect segue from Michael. Naomi Osaka, another one who's very selective with her tournaments. Would you be that surprised if she's someone who comes out and says, I'm going to retire soon? She'd be comfortable enough. The thing is with her, I can understand what Michael's saying. I feel like she relies on the sort of, would she still get them endorsements if she was retired from tennis? Probably not, right?
Maybe, yeah. I think she'd still get some because she's a multiple
Not
time
all of
Grand
them.
Slam. Not all of them, no, for sure. But it helps because you're obviously being seen in the public eye all the time. If you're not being seen in the public eye, less reason for sponsors to give you things to wear and things that you're not going to be seen like posing as their brand ambassador, a la Radhikani with her 8th sponsorship deal. And she's just like, well, raking it in, I'm sure, at the moment. And
yeah,
hopefully she can provide the tennis to get everybody else off of her back, because they're sort of jumping on it because she's not got the tennis that people don't think to warrant this type of thing.
People are certainly going to come for Radhikani now if she's not to keep winning, which is a bit unfortunate for her. Will she really care? Probably not. Laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at this one. Just quickly, I don't know if you answered. Osaka, yes or no? Could she do something like this soon?
Not soon, but I reckon she could do it early. Like, I think that she definitely, I could see her not fulfilling like a full tennis career, but I don't think it's going to be soon. I think she's got years left on the tour for sure.
I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. I don't think it's going to be as long as you think. Naomi Osaka's still pretty young, right? I think next 3 years, I think she could retire. My opinion. She doesn't seem to. She doesn't have there's nothing there for her. She doesn't enjoy it. If you don't enjoy something, you're not going to keep doing it. And I feel like she's going to be self-sufficient enough to be able to follow other means, and she's got so much other business going on. Tennis is
24.
It's not the most important thing. I think 27. By 27, I think she's packing it in as well.
I can see it before 30. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Anyway, this is quite interesting one.
I like this one.
Saying WTA top 10 after 2021 Miami and their current status and live ranking. Wow, so number one.
This time last year, we had Ashley Barty world number 1, which, like always. Osaka in second, she's now 98th. Halep was third, now 19th. We had Sophia Kenin, one of Ben's favourites. She was 4th. Now 146.
Tumbling.
Svitolina, look, she's holding strong. She's 27th. She was 5th. Andreescu, nowhere to be seen. Was 6th, now 119. Sabalenka, she's probably the only one still there. Was 7th, now 6th. She's gone up one. Serena Williams was 8th this time last year, now 241. Pliskova, not bad. She's gone up one. And Kiki Bertens retired. So it's pretty crazy how we're seeing a whole complete new field to the women's tennis. And after Serena Williams is, well, I say retired. She's not retired, but it feels like she has. I don't know. We thought Andreescu was going to be the one to come through. Wasn't to be. Barty just been dominating. She's now gone. Osaka, I don't know. Is she even a reliable tennis player anymore? Probably not. Who is there? This is the time for the Leylah Fernandez, the Coco Gauff, the Iga Swiatek, the potential Emma Raducanu. All of these young guys coming through. Let's see what they can do. They could do something really special. And you've got to be looking at it like the sort of Anissimovas, Madison Keys, some of the American players I feel like have played on the tour a bit longer. This is their opportunity. Time to win a Grand Slam.
Well, exactly, and it gives a bit of a boost as well, because if all those sort of new young players who are doing so well, like Iga is obviously having an amazing time at the moment, and we've had obviously Raducanu win a slam, Fernandez in a final. This opens up the doors to now, like some of these other new young women starting. Obviously, we just had Linda Fruhvirtova. She's just won today, beat Kovanic. We've got her sister, the 2 years younger than her, Brenda Fruhvirtova. Like, these type of people are going to start coming through, I think, and they're going to be seeing
Towson, Clara
and
Burrell, some of these.
See, look, there's so many of these young players coming through, and it's very exciting.
Qinwen Zhang.
Yeah, Zhang, another one. Look, see, coming out of the woodwork.
Do you know what I'd like to see happen, though? It's like one of the players who have been on the tour a bit longer, like a Svitolina.
Yeah.
Just them step up. To reach another level. Just step up and take this moment.
They should, really, in theory.
Someone like a Sabalenka should be looking at this thinking,
I know.
What an opportunity for her.
Well, it's a massive opportunity for her, but she hasn't really been at the races recently, has she? We're going to have to wait and see. I think like the jury's out a bit on Sabalenka at the moment. Can she recover and get back to that like absolute dominating style of play? At the moment, doesn't look very good for her. She looks like she can get mid-tournament and then go out. But it seems that she could go out to anybody at the moment. But you never know. She might win this tournament, and then it'll all be back on track again for her. She's still very, very dangerous player on tour if she's playing well.
Yeah, we've got 12 Travel 21 in saying shocking to see all these names fall. Rogers basically retired, and he's still number 26.
I know.
Rogers not falling off very much, is he? We've got Jamie in. How we doing, mate? Thanks for joining.
Hey. JG, is this a joke?
What, talking about the news? No, I thought it was as well. But it is true. Ashley Barty has retired. No April Fools. We've got Snell saying, can anyone stop Iga this year? Listen, I feel, is she not now the best player in the world? Is that too much? Is that too far? Like,
it's tough to say, isn't it?
Because before today, she wasn't. But I think
she's number 2.
Now.
Well, yeah,
she is the best player in the world, right?
Yeah, other than Ash Barty, she was the best player, and now there's no Ash Barty.
I'm not going too crazy saying Iga's the best player in the world right now.
No, that's not crazy. She's
better than Krejcikova.
Yeah, at the moment for sure.
Okay, let's move on. What's the next tweet you got?
Simona Halep. I think you were alluding to that one earlier.
Yeah, so Ash, what can I say? You know I have tears, right? My friend, I will miss you on tour. You were different and special, and we shared some amazing moments. What's next for you? Grand Slam champion in golf? Be happy and enjoy your life to the max, Simo. I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. I have seen someone in the live chat saying she does play golf. We know she's brilliant at cricket, played professional cricket. How amazing would it be if she does go into professional golf? That, for me, has Netflix documentary written all over it.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be great. Well, let's move on to another one. We got Andy Murray. That one I went through earlier on the news. Obviously, we've spoken about that. He's one of the big names who's come out tweeting, just saying he's gutted for tennis, but happy for Barty. And what a player. Very concise. I think it sums it up in a very nice way. Pliskova obviously coming out. Obviously been on court with her.
Yeah. This is just a few. There's so many more as well.
Yeah,
I saw Kerber recently as well. Everyone's come out and said nice words about Ashley Barty. And I think that just shows how amazing of a player she is and a person, because in the locker room, I feel like she is the type of person to not ignore Mrs. 286 in the world. She's the type to go have a chat with them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You will get some players who feel like they're on a bit of a pedestal.
You're talking about Serena Williams? Or?
I'm not saying about any player, but I'm sure there is some.
Said 246 in the world. No, I'm joking.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So,
yeah, she wouldn't ignore Serena.
It was a callback. It was a callback from the last tour.
That was good, but I don't think she was 200. I'm not sure where she is, but you're confusing.
She was 246. You said 286. I was trying to tie it up.
Oh, right, okay. Well, anyway, she's the type of person to talk to whoever they are in the locker room and be very friendly, and that's why so many players do come out and have nice words to say about her. This was a nice one. What Ash Barty taught me: march to the beat of your own drum. Know who you are, what you want, what makes you happy, fulfilled, and go get it. You have given Australia and this sport so much, so thank you. What a career, what a person. Enjoy the next chapter of life, mate. Nice little mate in there, fellow Australian.
Yeah, they love it, don't they?
And in terms of Australian sports stars, is there many big people bigger than Ashley Barty? It's a sad day for Australian sport in general, isn't it?
Well, it is. I'm interested to see what Kyrgios has written. I'm sure he's probably put out something very nice and heartfelt as well. I'm quite interested to see what Bjorn Borg has to say as well, to be honest, because I think that I've heard a lot of comparisons being brought between their two careers. Obviously, Borg retired at similar age. I think you said it was 26. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, and obviously he could have gone on to, well, potentially be the greatest player ever to have lived, but we never really got to see it. And he retired early, and there was obviously a reason for it. And I would like to see them sit down and speak about it between them, because I feel like that would be an interview I would love to watch. Like Bjorg interviews Barty.
Yeah, certainly. I would like that as well. But let's wrap it up. That's the news. Ashley Barty retires from tennis. What a day it's been. News no one was expecting. Come out the blue. But it's happened now. Wish her all the best in whatever venture she goes down. I'm sure she'll succeed at it like she does with everything. And we're going to be following still the women's tour. We have an exciting stacked draw for Miami. We'll be trying to cover some matches. I'll be home in the UK sort of next week, back in the studio, ready to do more matches. Ben may do a few in the meantime. So stay tuned on the channel. If you haven't already, give us a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Join the YouTube membership to support us. Anything we have to say, Ben?
No, other than Ash Barty, this one's for you.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi! It's a Barty party! Oi, oi, oi! It's a Barty party! Oi, oi, oi! It's a Barty party! Oi, oi, oi! She just getting started.